Light and Dark Do, The New Adventures of Dark Soichiro. Chapter 26. Break over, more thick.
Wow, Ian, what a long break that act wowly was. But I am back on Dark Soichiro. But since it's been so long, here's some recap.
Oddly appropriate. I mean, it's been ages since the last video of this too, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you threw in more Naruto lessons?
I asked people for and you said you wanted music from Naruto. I said, hey,
Yes.
Hey guys, I need some to some other online friends. Hey guys, I need some recommendations for music from Naruto. They gave me like 4 or 5 tracks, and I scattered them randomly throughout this stuff.
You scattered them randomly without listening to them?
I listened to them and thought, where can I apply this? And I just decided in one sentence.
So you didn't scatter them randomly?
Like, according to context, but I didn't have much knowledge of their original context.
I mean, usually the pieces, considering how long the series runs, most of the pieces have been reused.
Not Sir Pierce. Isn't it true? Actually, I need to hold on for a moment. Isn't it true that the most recent final villain just literally was only introduced in the arc before, and it basically has a motivation that contradicts the rest of the series themes, and was pretty much KO'd abruptly as the series rambles to tie in every last plot thread?
Well, no, because they were KO'd not to tie in every last plot thread, but because they were KO'd by the next boss, who was the rabbit goddess.
Yeah, that was the one I was asking about.
Oh, you're...
And, everyone is being used by everyone else from what I've heard on the weekly manga recap podcasts. With just...
Well, the thing is, I love the series, the characters are great. The writing makes no sense. I don't like it because it's a particularly masterful series. I just like it because it's a lot of fun.
I see. Anyways.
It's like a roller coaster.
Weird. The last time I remember someone telling me that for what I consider to be the cinematic equivalent of a trollfic, The Fifth Element, which I already talked about, is a completely crazy film that really makes no goddamn sense whatsoever, but it's so colorful and candy-coated it's difficult not to be entertained.
We are never going to get
Naruto's
started
kinda that
on
way.
reading, are we?
The character variety is brilliant. It's just the plot is like riding a poorly engineered roller coaster with a blindfold on, and a very, very, very thin seatbelt. But yes, enough of that. We need to read.
SM, Sedamus, Nansuro, Naruto. Previously on Soichiro. I have no idea what Adachi sounds like, though.
He's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, but it's a little different than the other Bosch performances because it's a little more crazy in a good way. Like, it's one of the 2 Bosch voices that I actually like, the other one being Vash, because Vash.
This soul lock shall imprison all you. No idea if that was anything even remotely close to what we wanted, but Adachi eviled as he took Ray Pember and soul noted him, so his soul was clammed and was now his soul locked. Good luck finding anyone to Death Note and save you.
Who's you?
Who's you? Well, there was a character named Yu in Digimon Cross Wars.
And Yu was actually the default name of the protagonist from Adachi's game, Persona 4.
Ah, suddenly it all makes sense.
He eviled and fled. A seal locked. Ryu cloaked at it some time later and Death Noted it to find all the cops. And Death Noted it to find the cops all tied by Adachi, and the Death Noted soul lock released Ray Pember's soul into a compy, so he became the Fusoid machine.
Wait,
Dethroned.
Good luck. So good luck finding anyone to Death Note it. One sentence later. Ryok looked at it, summed him latter, and Death noted it.
Yeah. Later in the Big Apple, Enobi begun to do some crap that they gave everyone, but Dark was like, WTF, WTF, now, no you snored that shit. And Enobi tried sonnerting though. And Enobi tried sauntering, though still some was being summoned.
Sonnernig.
And Enobi tried sonnerting, though still some was being summoned by her, and was like, I guess smoking is all that. I guess smoking is.
Wait, it's Enobi, so I voice her, don't I?
Okay.
Nah, I guess smoking is the way all drugs are took.
Then they explodes because he was working for Chaos! Some point past that, Lelouch became the cider, but that wore off. So Blood made a perma cider, which is the cider from this point on, and remade cider Lelouch, and now we are cut off for light and dark dew!
Anyway.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, after being annoyed that you were taking too long with eating and stuff, I of course went and took myself something to eat in the meantime.
So who voices from here?
Well, I can still continue voicing. I just had to finish chewing what I had in my mouth just there.
Aye.
Return to the fight! Then, Death Note theme. Soichiro and Watery and Nier bloated a ton of bullets into Dark and killed him dead! And killed him dead! This is the only way! This is the only way! This is the only way! They all shooted as Chaos lolled! Ha 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 ha! Now I have all of Dark Yagami's powers! And floated with all the energy! But if Dark being yours to keep you live, then you are now mortal! Near the doost. Beep. I never thought of that, but still I'll kill you all. He super saiyaned and became super chaos with long flowing rainbow hair and bulging muscles and black wings. As he rose up and shotted lasers and nucleosaurs and kamehamehas rapid fire at them three. They all said because they were about to die. But then Egogi cumed and smaked them all. Huh?
No, nothing.
And smaked them all back. A chaos. With a flick. Lit Angra and Godhand, so Chaos ate them all, and spattered some on the floor, due set a burning trail of laser, but that went the wrong way and broke the floor under Gendo and Gina, who saw no choice but to settle this in a giant tag, as they got it in one, and began freeing shells at Watery, but he did wire through with his stash and smooshed the shell into half.
What?
No idea, but anyway, Bloodline.
My dumb chummies, you style do not know my real name.
Blood roared in evil and readied his blood nose for bite when the interdimensional machine was sorry. Still not completely over my cold. When the interdimensional machine went alert, detected continuation in Awesome of the Rebellion universe and also the continuation of Dark Yagami universe.
They're both Unvierces.
And you know what doesn't have a continuation? Der, Who, and the Autumn, and the End of the Unyears. But then again, what am I to do? That author
So
seems
this
to
is the
just...
first time that Awesome of the Rebellion got continued.
Oh, there is a 9th chapter for Durhu and the End of the Obvious, actually.
Really?
Here, let me get it.
Oh, I've got it bookmarked, so...
But yeah,
I have
Senpai,
not
you
noticed
said
that.
you said universe, but it was Unverse.
Detected continuation in Awesome of the Rebellion Unyears and alternate continuation of Dark Yagami Unyears. Recalibrating current Unyears to meet Satnards. And is this next part meant to be a bloodline too?
Yes.
Yeah.
WTF is that shit a boot?
Blood roared as he taped into the interwebs and saw there was a tick named Light and Dark returning of the Ark. And also of the Rebellion had 2 new chapters, had 2 new chapters, and suddenly everything was all swirly and some matrix numbers fluttered all over, and random text saying stuff about communism and Mello and Rasputin.
A boot.
Listen, crocodile cacophony do. When the smooshy recalibration ended, Cyberadachi and Titanbirth were relived, and Cullen was in gypsy danger, and Orange-kun and Lee was also there, and Rasputin was now whipped cider lelouch. The Dark Soul was now in a dream. The Dark Soul was now in a dream, though his body was still dead, because Near Dream noted him. It was a safe dream. But it was a safe dream, so he was keeping his soul safe. Super Chaos leaped atop Gendo and Jedda's tank, so the shells now were super powered. So they were super shells, like Mario Kart.
Wait, who is on whose side? I can't even tell it.
They're sort of working for Chaos in the background, but they're in the tank, and they're really not that major part of the fight. And they're actually the blue shells, because those are the evilest of them all. Double Dash for making them so damn evil. In all honesty, I do actually hold a grudge against Double Dash for that, and I feel its course design isn't as good as many of the other Mario Karts, and I feel many of the specials are either too useless or too cheap, and long story short, it's my least favorite non-arcade Mario Kart, and it probably is gonna stay that way.
Awk.
A super seal flung at Orange-kun, but he said, "That is no match for my sheer loyalty!" He made it a super loyal shell, and blowed it in Steampunk Emperor, so his face was all steamy, but he shooted all the steam bake at Awesome, who was now in Ass-Tier Prime, with his Wakamoto voice! 1.
Wait, Awesome was in his Ass-Kicker Prime with the Wakamoto voice, or
No, I think what
the
he meant
Emperor?
was that the Emperor used his Wakamoto voice to shoot all the steam bake at Awesome, who was now in Ass-Tier Prime.
I know what he meant. I'm just poking fun at the fact that that was horrible grammatically. No, I really shouldn't be complaining about grammar in this fic.
Awesomely awesome, the Steam awesomely designed with an awesome pin pad from Ace-Kicker Prim when Cider Mao leaped out because Blood's machine spat him out from the smooshing, but he peeled into some cider, Wheel Titanbird sexily suplexed Cider and the suplexed Cyberadachi into Mao's communist Gia.
Wait. Bert from Sesame Street, as a Titan, sexily suplexing someone.
Yeah, it totally happens.
Oh dear, sweet Celestia.
Into Mao's communist into Mao's communist gears, but he ate the Darky from his eye and claimed all his powers to shoot hammers and sickles from his eyes. Well, makes about as much sense as anything else his communist gears does. Cider Lelouch's irises and pupils morphed into a sickle shape on the left eye and a mallet on the right, as Rasputin entered Soviet nuclear shark mode, but he couldn't fly in the air because of the nuclear mutation, and had fucking laser beams on his fucking head, and Lelouch did the pinky thing over his mouth, and the music played up. So what tune is that?
Hold on. Oh yeah, it's the Dr. Evil thing. Doo-doo-doo! Doo-doo-doo!
Huh. And the music played da 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 da. And he revealed his 3 eyes all had everything gears, and punctured the cockpit of Askir Prime and pulled out all of his gears and made them all everything gears with the power of communism. Now I can kyle you and become the main character, as I always planned.
Wait, he pulled out Awesome's Geos?
Apparently.
How do you... How?
The Geos is in the eye, right? So he just pulled out all his eyes.
So it's like in Naruto, when you have someone that has magical eyes, if you just take their eyes and put them into your face, you have the magic eye powers. Bleeping Uchihas.
Yeah, those does.
Right, continue.
Said he with evil face as Rasputin gave an evil shark a grin because he was a shark. And could someone take over for me right now? I need to go blow my nose.
Sure. SN, the battle of your... Wait. SN, the battle of your soul. New Stoa Troy.
I'll do some of the voices while you do the narration to replace, him for now. Okay, oh, this is bad!
Awesome feared, but Boyd quickly healed Ass-Kicker Prime. Wait, Ass-Kicker Primey of the borked cockpit and made it super tough armor, so Lelouch had no penetration over it, and Awesome graved him. Licked apart, where Shinji grabbed Kawaru and held him in place. Will Callan pip-smacked him with Gypsy Danger's left hand, and the right did an uppercut, and Orange Kun shotted super loyal shells at Rasputin. So he falled into a river of lava and drowned and burned dead. So Lelouch falled, but he still had 6 everything Geos, so he said, Geos Maximus! Oh wait, that's a dialogue, so you can dialogue.
Geos Maximus!
And switched his on Life Geos, Laser Geos, Instinct Geos, Magic Geos, Mech Geos, and Communist Geos. Communist Geos. Lelouch magics up a nightmare, but then he used his Mech Geos to morph it into a Valve Rave! 1! Lelouch evil, because he was now also a vampy, and shooted some lasers, which he magicked into nucleazors. Oh wait, it's changed into nucleozors from some magic, and enchant them with some communism as his Valve Rave took in Rasputin's soul and memories, so he wouldn't die and lose his. Then Coas revealed he was also a vampy and graped Enobi. Yeah, and graped Ebony. Wait, and graped Enopi be that rot and said.
So, should I perhaps just send you what this long number here actually is?
Yeah.
Okay, I have just sent you what this long number here actually is.
Oh, Okay, I'll read that. So where were we?
Sit, sir.
Just remember, chaos sounds like Moriarty.
Okay, sit, sir, we must fight. I am 90 quadradecillion, 470 tridecillion, 297 duodecillion, 59 unidecillion, 703 decillion, 250 nonillion, 895 octillion, 265 sextillion, 480 sextillion, 954 quintillion, 89 quadrillion, 652 trillion, 496 billion, 25 billion, 460,000, 982 times cooler than Dark Yagami, who is dead.
That's oddly specific for such a ludicrously large number.
Enemy repelled. I need to know what this English here is.
Well, actually, I can mostly read that, so should I perhaps do that?
Sure.
Sure.
'Cause you suck! Rokawa okasareru hito de aru! Amerika to nihon no basho ga independence toshite sonzai suru koto ga dekimasu! Non-Britannian jotai o tsukuru tame ni tatakau!
You know, that never stops being really impressive for some reason. Then, Ass-Kicker Prime kicked Chaos, while still holding him as lead in somewhat... As Lee did some wire foo on his balls, and Orange Coot stuffed him with super loyal shells. Super loyal shields, and coshed him with Jeddah and Gendo's tank. We smaked them on the wall, and Titanbert spat on Chaos, and Colin did an erupting flame finger on his face. We made his hair all fire, but he was a Super Saiyan, so he didn't care and went all... hello?
Should I do it still? Okay then. Ooh, 111,111, 101, 1.
No, 111, not 101.
111, 1.
And broke out of Ass-Kicker Prime's grip, which shattered its hand.
So, should I do the awesome line?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
Yeah, now that you're back, I think it's time to take in again.
This is not awesome!
Awesome said as he was shot bake from Chaos outbursts, but then he saw Gendo and Jeddah's tank and smooshed the cannon part onto his arm, so it was a hand cannon!
You know,
Orange.
something that has occurred to me though. In this fanfic, have we ever seen Awesome being a kind and caring and thoughtful person?
I don't think so.
So, yeah. Thorgo, assuming that Awesome even is still in the more recent chapters, remember that he has to be more kind and noble and heroic. By which, of course, I mean he has to do completely horrible things that the narration says is kind and heroic.
Like genocide.
No, it was made for welfare.
It took me a while to even figure out what you said there.
I still haven't figured it out. But anyway.
Now I don't have to pay them for welfare!
Anyways.
Orange Orange-kun infused the hand cannon with its loyalty and awesome with whatever awesomeness he style had, so it became awesomely loyal shells. Will Jeddah and Gednos nuked bake due to watching ports they had before. Awesome shotted some awesomely loyal shells into Cider Mao. Will Titanbert made a big stick out of his shotted body and smacked Cider Lelouch so hard, all his eyes flied right out, and his Valve Rave overheated and ate him. So now he was one with his Valve Rave and Rasputin. But awesomely graved Dagios, which made Lelouch mad, cause he didn't get to use any of them, so his Valve Rave made its own 6 everything Gios that had all its previous functions via the truest true power of communism. 1111 1.
Actually, communicium.
Communisium. I don't want to know what that even is. SN. Nanton. Calafina. Coas.
Yay.
Yes. Coas readied his hair as Lelouch Rave charged a Harakiri spear, and they catsid do flaming whips of sheer evil and communism. But Awesome set on his first Gios too, an awesome Gios. He was so awesome that combined with Orange-kun's sheer loyalty that they hit Blood instead, who was still locked in a fight with Boyd, so he didn't notice. Lelouch Rave got... I don't know what that accomplished, but Lelouch Rave got pissed, so he used his life Gios to increase his life and charge a stronger Harakiri spear. He made a shield out of pure lasers with his laser Gios that was held together with magic from his magic geese. Still shooting lasers out in all directions, so the ceiling was crumbling rogues at random, and one of them hit Devil, who realized his style wasn't fitting at all. He hit Devil, who realized his style wasn't fitting at all in this chap. So he got out pentagram chakras. Pentagram chakras? I think you meant chakrams, but okay. And went all Axel on Titanbert, who flung Cider Mouth so hard into his facti, he exploded so Devil couldn't see. So he flung blindly at Titanbert, who quickly did a low sweep, and he fell on his butt, which made Bert laugh, and he did a happy dance on him, which made him pissed, so he leaped up and fired an uppercut, but Bert pushed his hand against it like kung fu hustle, and they were locked in place. Then Lelouch Rave set off his mech Gios, so his Valve Rave now had nucleazors shooting from his fingers, but Lee wire food him back, and they scraped him, but he didn't care, cause he set on his inscient gas, and went all wire foo, but in mech, so he was making it all lasery and epic. Then set on his communism Gios, and sang the USSR anthem while fighting in Kung Fu, which is Kung Wire Fu, smooshed with communist powers, and blood.
A main character is I!
At the same time, Nier, meanwhile, was crafting a weapon to undo the Devil process. In Hoep, he knew Light's real name. Will Soichiro and Shakespeare were going all army of do and shooting everywhere to prevent Nier from getting killed. Then Lelouch Rave maxed out his Harakiri spear to make it 10 times more epic and evil and communist, while Chaos readied his now flaming hairdo, cause he code controlled a fire. So they made it into one big flaming whip all over the whole fighting ground, and everyone was jump roping. But Titanbert got a bit charred, and his Titan body was broke down, so he got out an RPG. and be gunned to protect Nier with Watrai and Soichiro, all epic. So now it was Army of Troy's Steel. Devel was bruned by the fire, and so were Blood and Boit, so they all smelled sticky. From it. Wick made them hungry, but fighting was more impotent. Then Cullen souped into Rets of the Fire, into Jai Spy Nagger's nuclear reactor, and breathed all the fire out on Lelouch Rave. And the Valve Rave tried to eat all Lelouch's memories, but it wasn't enough. But it wasn't enough, cause the heat was way too powerful, and ate all his memories. Yes, that is what defeats him. Well, I guess that makes sense in this kind of fanfiction, but seriously?
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
So who's gonna say it?
Well, I can.
Okay.
I forgot how to sex.
Lelouch Rave cried and blowed up and melted into the Rava liver, with Rasputin melting lick in Terminator Dew.
The Rava liver. So, the liver of the spirit who is responsible for the avatars got in line. I didn't know she even had a liver.
Well, apparently. If this fanfiction is to be trusted, which it isn't. Nier said,
I made a weapon to cure devil! I call it the desatanizer!
Nier tossed a cider program infused with cider, and Callan smooshed it into Gypsy Danger's hand, and then did a fist crunch, licked the beginning of Pacific Rim. She had fists of desatanization. SN, Pacific Rim theme. And then author's note closing it out.
There are loads of fighters this chap. Be prepared for the next chapter to be even more epic. 111! 1! Call it all!
Did I mention that I had a cold recently too?
It's kind of noticeable.
I'm just gonna quote the Cinema Brad in the Blues Brothers 2000 review of the Nostalgic Ring and say, it's a living!
Anyway.
You got no plot, you got no story, and you don't even have the other Blues brother.
And that is still not as embarrassing to John Belushi's grave as Wired. Did any of you see that review? Because that's where I saw the actual movie and holy fuck is it, what the fuck levels of bad?
Remind me which one that is. I've
That's-
watched so many movie reviews lately.
Michael Chiklis is John Belushi. He is amazing in that film, but man is the movie horrible.
Yeah, what was the movie about?
John Belushi's ghost runs out of a hospital and goes into a Puerto Rican cab driver played by an Italian named Ray Sharkey.
Okay, I haven't seen the review for that one.
You know what? Let me just get that for you so you can watch it after, because man, it is...
We'll work on that later.
Yeah, just watch the Cinema Snobs review of Wired, because it is
Okay, so
amazingly bad.
So it's the Cinema Stops review, okay.